What's going on, guys? ResilientMOTO here, and today we're going to be covering 3 beginner mistakes that everyone usually commits when they first start out riding. Alright guys, so the first mistake that beginners make is not having enough gear. So it's pretty obvious you need to have at least gloves, a jacket, and a helmet, minimal. I understand that if you don't want to buy the motorcycle pants because they're $200, or you don't want to buy the armor for your hips or knee pads or any of that stuff, that's totally understandable. But you minimal need to have a helmet, a motorcycle jacket, or some type of armor for your chest, your back, etc. And that covers your arms just like this. And motorcycle gloves, that's minimal. Obviously the boots could come on board a little bit later. It's not something that you need right away. So that's a mistake that a lot of beginners make when they buy a used motorcycle or even a new motorcycle. They tend to skip out on the jacket, and they just wear a hoodie. A hoodie's fine, but it's not going to really protect you when you go down. You're going to have a lot of road rash, and that's something that's not going to be fun once you hit the ground. Gloves, obviously, you need gloves. It's more of a comfort thing, honestly, for me. So just buy some gloves, man. They're not even that expensive. You get some cheap ones for 30 bucks, and they come with some sort of protection. Some protection is better than no protection. And all we want to do is make it back out every time we come on a ride, a small ride, a long ride. We just want to make sure we come home. Okay, that's the number one thing. You want to make sure that you come back home to your loved ones. And if you're not really worried about your gear, you don't really care about your self-protection out here. My number 2 thing is riding within your limit. So a lot of the times when we buy a motorcycle, we tend to get excited. We want to meet up with our boys. We want to meet up with some motorcycle people, get together, show off your new bike, your used bike, whatever. And sometimes that could lead to negative endings. So if you're riding with experienced riders, for the most part, they're gonna take off. They're not really gonna be too worried about you. They're just gonna want to go within their limits. So if they've been riding for 2 to 3 years, or even more than that, they're gonna want to go fast. They're gonna want to hit those curves, some sharp turns. And if you're not used to that, and if you're not experienced with that, you're gonna make a mistake, and ultimately that's gonna come back on you, because you're the one that's gonna either be crashing, or you're the one that's gonna be nervous when you're riding with all these other experienced riders. So my main point here is just stay in your lane. If you're gonna be riding with 3 other riders and they're more experienced than you, then just hang in the back. Or if they're okay with you being in the front leading it, then that's all right, as long as they're not really pushing you and trying to make you go faster or anything like that. That's out of your comfort zone. Just make sure that you stay within your riding experience. Don't push it, because as soon as you start pushing the envelope, that's when things start going wrong. That's when it starts getting a little dicey. So you just want to make sure that you stay within your riding abilities, and if you just do that, then you should be completely fine. Don't get peer pressured. Peer pressure is a big thing, so make sure you just don't get peer pressured into riding faster, or hitting turns a little bit quicker. It's really not that important. You got to take your time. And the third thing here kind of goes hand in hand with pretty much our first 2 that we covered, is just making sure that you continuously do research. So improve your skills, your motor skills, see what kind of gear is out there for you to purchase, check out the CE rating on every armor that you buy. Make sure it's certified, and just have fun with it. Make sure that whatever you're doing, you're thinking twice about you know, others, and if you're riding with others, and even if you're riding by yourself, make sure that you have a plan. If you get a flat tire, make sure you have a tire repair kit, and just be prepared. That's the most important thing. Be prepared, because in life you really don't know when things are gonna go to shit. So the more you're prepared, the better, because that way you're never caught off guard. And obviously there's gonna be times where you're going to be caught off guard, but if you already thought about it, you thought it through, then there should be no reason to why you can't come out on top. Making sure that you're constantly practicing emergency braking and doing things that will ultimately help you in the long run. Making sure that you're not doing things that you're not supposed to in the beginning, obviously, like wheelies and tail slides and things like that. It's just not really that important. I think you should focus on just, you know, shifting smoothly and braking as smoothly as you can, and, you know, not dropping the bike, focusing on U-turns, things like that, and you should be fine. So I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. I got the CHP right in front of me, and I hope these things have these 3 ideas have helped you guys, and hopefully you guys don't make these mistakes that most beginner riders make. They get too confident, and you know, that's what ends up happening. You know, people make mistakes, people make dumb mistakes, and then they end up paying the consequences. So just make sure you're staying safe, have fun. This bitch just cut me off. What a fucking dick. See, that's why you got to pay attention. She didn't even put her blinker on. So that's gonna go ahead and conclude this video, guys. Make sure you guys give it a like, a comment, subscribe. I'll be posting more videos here soon, and peace.